or like, oh my gosh, like I go through this all the time, like routine sucks, like I get it. And I'm like, wow, like these people understand it and these people get me, and like there was no way that I would be able to know that these people understood what I was going through if I didn't go out and say it and produce it and show and exemplify it, and they understood it and they got it. And I think we both gained from that experience, me and my classmates. Like we both kind of had to like go deep inside ourselves and realize like, wow, we're all going through the same exact things, like let's work together and like encourage one another to like kind of get to a better place. So I don't know what you guys have to make videos on. I'm guessing it's on government. But another example of kind of like a more factual video, one that really stood out to me last year, we had to make them for APUSH, and we learned about the National Act of Conservation, something along those lines. And Catherine Brown actually made a fabulous video on conserving the land, and you could tell it really meant a lot to her because she's a very environmental person. She spent like 3 months in the wilderness. Like, of course she's environmental, and like she knew a lot about the subject, and she was really passionate about it, and she was able to not only use the text, but she was also able to like put her personal experience into it and like make that shine through. And I think she made like an incredible video. I don't know, it was just really, it like blew me away because like she knew not only so much about what was in the book, she obviously read it, but she also knew a lot about how it was beneficial to our country as a whole. And so just think about that when you're making these videos for something that you might not really care about. Just like try to find one little thing that means something to you and like pull that out and then explode it and like make it a huge thing. Make it a big video and make it something that means something to you, because I mean, if you don't do that, like you're not going to gain anything from school at all. Just that's where I've found if I haven't made a personal connection with something, even if it's like, wow, like these people ate eggs back in the day, like I had eggs for breakfast. Like if I don't do that, like I'm not going to gain anything from my learning or my experience. So just keep that in mind when you make these videos. You might not think you'll reach out to someone, but I have a feeling that you will have some sort of personal connection to something, and someone else shares that with you. So, and you're not going to know that unless you try it, I guess. Yeah. So.
And would you agree that on Catherine's video, even if you don't care about what Catherine cares about, or maybe even if you disagree, it's very hard to treat what she did without respect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I could care less about the environment. I still would like, wow, she makes a very valid argument.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you? I think we're gonna watch. Yeah.
Do you think after we watch Davey's video, we could watch Catherine's? If it's still on.
I think I got it in some weird way. It's not like on the channel. We're gonna have to make a channel for our class too. That's something to do today. But so I don't know. I think Phoebe's would be a good example.
Yeah, if you have any questions about it, it's very. I didn't go very in depth.
So here's my thing, and this is so weird. I want to invite you to be really selfish about this. Now, I know that sounds funny, because in our culture we're talking about being selfless all the time, but do you know any of those people who are acting selfless all the time, but it's all about them? You know, because they really haven't thought about, you know, who they are and what they really, really want. I think you should think about what you really, 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 really want and what it'll take to produce it. I think you should do that all the time. I think it'll keep you out of a lot of trouble. That comes from a study of a very different culture, so that's where I got that. But in another culture that I know about, that's the most important question you can ask. Because if you know what you really, really want, then you spend your time and energy figuring out what it actually takes to get that. You know, you may think you want a red Ferrari, but actually what you want is you just want people to look at you. And why do you want people to look at you? Well, because, you know, then you would feel valuable. Wonderful. There's all kinds of people looking at you. You're already valuable. You know, stop worrying about the red Ferrari. You already got what you want. You know, that kind of a thing. So what I want you to do is really think about the connection between that material we've been studying and talking about and something that matters to you. you know, I know some of you guys are really into lacrosse. I think I could take some of that stuff and apply it to like different kinds of coaches. You know, you can have a hard-ass coach, you can have a pushover coach, you can have and there's a positive and a negative form of both of them. You know, I'd milk the heck out of Aristotle's theory to talk about coaching. I think that there's some cocky guys who think they know everything about lacrosse and they haven't studied squat about it. You know, so they're making all their decisions based on their tiny little experience. Good thing the founding fathers didn't do that, huh? I know it's, you know, so what's your interest? You know, I don't know you all that well because I think when we did we haven't done the introduction yet, have we? That could be good. I did it with all the other classes, but frankly they didn't really say too much about who they really, really, really are and what they really, 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 really like. So maybe if we get to that exercise where we introduce each other and ourselves, you can tell me something that's real about you. You know, if you're a dancer, if you're a musician, if you know you're going to be a lawyer, anybody think that there's somebody in the room who just knows they're going to be a lawyer or knows they're going to be a doctor or something like that? Great! Work it for that. Make the connection. Does that make some sense? Or something about you that's real and true. And some of you are probably in the habit of doing really crappy work for some class. I will not spend my life on that. I will give you a D. It will be done. Do you understand? If you make a sincere effort to do the thing, how are you going to argue? I'll show you. I'll show you what Phoebe did. And you may not like it. You may disagree. It may be irrelevant to you, but it will be very hard not to respect it. If she were just piddling around with this video, doing it for some stupid class or a teacher, you're willing to do pretty bad, you know, I think pretty chintzy work, and I'm not going to hate that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You know, if we're going to spend time in our life, let's do something real. I don't. How many days have you seen me come in here and just sort of do school, like it doesn't mean anything? I mean, not too many times, I think, and I'm fairly proud of that. And sometimes I can be oppressive. I get that. You know, sometimes you just want to go through the motions a little bit and not have it all be all heavy and important. I get that. Okay. I'm a little intense about it because there's just so much idiocy out there. I can't stand it. And when I was your age, I needed a better answer, and I couldn't get one. So, all right.